Well, hello, loves, and happy Sunday to you. So today I'm bringing you another art challenge from the membership that was one of my favorites. I have a couple, and I've been bringing them to you because I love them, because they're play, they teach us something in the process, and it gets us here to the table. And this technique that we're going to be doing will, one, be fun, but two, will teach us how certain things can bring a project together. Simple things, not anything magical. And I can't wait to share this with you. I'm also excited because today starts a free workshop, if you are interested, called the Creative Reset. It's monthly content that I've shared in the membership, and I thought it would be great, as the doors are going to be opening next week, or actually September 5th. I thought I would give you a chance to get an idea of what the content looks like inside the membership. And I wasn't really thinking about, as I was sharing some of the content from, here for Sundays, but that the art challenges are also going to give you an idea of what the content is in the membership. There's so much available for you. So the Creative Reset free course will be available to you for 10 days. Sign up starts today, and it will end on September, I have my notes down, 10th. I have a lot of notes in this little tiny square. So sign up today so that you have the full time to do all of the lessons. It's over 23 lessons, and it's 5.5 hours of video content. And Creative Reset is all about kind of what we've been doing with the art challenges that I've been sharing with you on Sunday. It's about play. And when we feel stuck, which I hear so often from so many of you, that I just don't know what to do. I'm inspired by your videos, but when I show up, I feel lost. The Creative Reset is to help get you over that hump, to help give you kind of an encyclopedia of things to do when you're in that place. We create a whole new journal. We have prompts that help us get through creative blocks and help us get to the other side. And all of it is play. There isn't an actual specific project that we do. It's things that help find our creativity. It's reigniting our creativity, our joy for creativity, because art is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be this thing like, And so we go through a lot of different sections in the Creative Reset: time to grow, a time to learn, a time to be bold, a time to reflect. All of those things can help our challenge of creating, of us getting over those challenges. So anyway, I'm really excited to share the free Creative Reset with you. And then if you're interested, you don't have to sign up for the Creative Reset. If you don't want to sign up for the membership, this is a gift to you. It's free, whether you sign up for the membership or not. But then those who do sign up for the Creative Reset will get early access to sign up for the membership. The membership doors will open to the public on the 5th, and you'll get access before that if you choose. So I just wanted to let you know that the Creative Reset is available for you for free. I will be doing 3 live Zoom calls for the Creative Reset so that I can answer questions for you, so that if you have any issues or concerns about what you're doing, or I just want to encourage you and maybe get a chance to connect. So I'll have 3 live Zoom sessions where we just chat, we talk about what you're working on, what you're challenged with, all of those kinds of things, and I can maybe answer some questions for you. So all of the details for the Creative Reset, the free Creative Reset, because I'm going to be offering this course not for free after this. So this is your chance to get in and get some goodness and some inspiration, even if you're not interested in the membership at all. This is a gift for you because I believe in the content so much. So all of that information will be down below, how you can sign up. And then once you get into the classroom, you'll have instructions on where the Zoom calls are and all that kind of stuff. So I'll go over that once you sign up for the Creative Reset. The doors to the membership open on Friday, September 5th. And I am really hoping that we have a wonderful new batch of excited creatives to join us. We have such a wonderful, wonderful community. I love it. And we have over 4 years worth of content in the membership, hours and hours and hours of good stuff, monthly content, art challenges, backstage pass, resources, collage library, just all kinds of stuff. And you can see all of that info on the sign up page. It'll let you know everything that's in the membership if you are curious about it. And I will have that link down below this video as well. Okay. That's all I have to say. I'm excited to share this lesson with you today because it is a fun one and it's just a chance to play. And that's really what we need, because sometimes the world can be so loud. And when we get here to the table, we can shut it all away and play. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay, my loves, I hope you enjoy the process, and I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved. So this is called what I call the mashup, and it is a super fun exercise to do. I love doing it when I am unsure of what to do or don't have any ideas. This is the thing that I love to do. So what I have out here, this is a piece of copy paper that I cut down to an 8x8. You don't have to do that. You can do what we're going to do. This is 8.5 by 11, and I typically will work on this size just because it's easier. But this, when we're doing the mashup, this is kind of easier because the pieces are square. So it's up to you. I would try it both ways because it's really, really fun. So much fun. Okay. So this is my piece of copy paper. What I have done so far is I've just taken my regular old gesso and a scruffy brush, a big wide one. And I put my gesso on here and I did this. And it gives really great brush strokes. And what that shows up like is this. These brush strokes that shine through. Gorgeous. Okay? So just get your papers out, whatever size you want. You could do bigger. I like to do this on like a big, kind of almost like a master sheet. But for cutting them down, this is super easy, and we're going to be cutting these apart. But gesso your paper and then get it dry. Then grab your color wheel. And I will leave a color wheel down below if you don't have one. This is a super inexpensive one off of Amazon, but it is invaluable. I use it every day. And we're talking about analogous colors. And if you don't know what analogous colors are, they are the colors that are next to each other. Normally we talk about what's the complementary color, which is opposite on the other side of the color wheel. This time today in our art challenge, we're going to be talking about analogous colors. And what I want you to do, and what I do, is I choose 3 colors that are next to each other. So for instance, this one, I chose, this is where I started. I chose yellow green, green, and blue green, which is teal in my opinion. These 2 are my favorite colors. This one's not necessarily my favorite colors, but look at how fun that is. So we will do, you'll do yellow or looks like a green, gold, green, and teal. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example here. Then once you do these three, then you slide the color wheel over to the last color, and you use this color, and this color. Then once you do those three colors, you slide the wheel over to this color, and this color. And we're doing 4 sheets. And you can do more if you want. And you slide the wheel over and you do this one, and this one. Now, if you wanted to get your way all the way back over here, you could do 5 sheets. And you'd be pretty doggone close. Or you could do, I stick to 3 colors, because if you add more colors, it's too messy, and this is supposed to be fast and fun. There is zero thinking to this, okay? So I'm going to give you an example. So I'm going to go back to so here's my colors. Oops, let me do this the right way here. Turn this over here. There's my colors that I want to use. Okay? And I come here and I'm going to put out some green gold. And I just use Hooker's green for my regular green, and I actually still have some out there. And some green gold. And you're going to use one other color besides your 3, and that would be a neutral, like unbleached titanium or Titan buff, something like that. You could use white too, but those kind of neutrally creamy colors will go well with all of your colors. And then you'll see what we're going to do when we get to where we're going. This is just really, really fun and super easy. So I've got my colors out here. So I've got my teal, I've got my green gold, and I've got my Hooker's green. Those are the colors on my color wheel. Analogous colors. Colors that are next to each other. And this exercise has so many different lessons in it. It is awesome. So one, we're talking about analogous colors and seeing how they look great together. The other thing is we're talking tools. So I want you to grab a variety of tools. And I had a stash of, where did I do with them all? Okay, so I've got, oh, they're in my bucket, that's why. Okay, so my tools, I just grabbed a bunch of things that, well, I use my brayer a lot. But like this little brush here, it's a 1.5 inch brush, which is kind of an odd size. And it's like a really thin nylon. I realize why I don't use this very often, because the handle is so short. Because I like to, especially when I'm making messy, but I could add to it. I actually like this size, and this is the purpose of this. We're discovering different things. We're talking about color. We're talking about tools. So I grabbed this palette knife that I don't use very often. It's kind of round. I grabbed this short stubby one. It has no like give to it. It's just kind of a short stiff brush, like 1/2 inch. Here's another nylon brush that's 3/4 inch. I grabbed some odd ones that I don't use very often, and then I, of course, grabbed one that felt comfortable. A couple palette knives, and then I have my brayer. So grab some tools that maybe you're not quite so sure about, and play with those, because there is not a right or wrong. Now, I also have out here my Stabilo All pencil, and it has got a lot of paint on it. So does this one, Stabilo All, and my charcoal pencil. And I know it's here somewhere because I just made a bunch of papers, and I get very serious about my paper making, and I'm just throwing stuff everywhere. It's not like I don't have 100 other charcoal pencils. My Generous charcoal pencil. And those are our mark making tools. We're going to work wet in wet. We're not going to stop and dry. This is another lesson where we just keep going and take what we get on the page. But because we're using analogous colors, they work really well together. Okay, so let me grab my tools, and I'm going to put these over here. Oh, there's my charcoal pencil. And I'm going to put these over here. We'll start with my brayer. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a brush. Here's this brush. And I'm going to start with some teal. And I'm just going to do that. And I'll just brayer it real fast. And I want to make sure to go all the way out to the edges as much as possible. Okay, that looks good. We are not overthinking anything. I put my brush in the water. I'm going to grab a new tool. I'll grab a palette knife with some green gold. I want to go all the way out to the edges as much as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing is perfect. Okay, do I need any more there? All right. And then I'll grab another brush. Let's grab, I got this little tiny one. And my green here. I better put some more out there. Booker's green. I'm going to put a little bit of water on there and just kind of get some maybe lighter color. And then I want to come back in just like it is. Paint. And you'll have to clean your tools to get some, you know, it's not going to be perfect. That's the whole idea. Charcoal pencil. And I want to take my marks all the way out to the edge too. Okay, stabilo all. Oof, there's a lot of stuff on there. Okay. I'm going to use my left hand. You could start with marks too if you wanted to. And then I'll just come over real quick with the brayer. Kind of break that up a little bit. Okay, that looks good. And then if I want, I can maybe come in and pick some things up. But really, honestly, that looks perfect. Now, you could also make shapes and different things like that. So I'm just making messy marks, but if you have a favorite color, maybe you want to come in and just do some. Don't make it pretty though. That's the whole idea. Okay, so that looks perfect. Now I'm going to come in with another brush, whatever size. I'm just grabbing and going. Another brush, unbleached titanium. And I'm going to make a shape, and I'm going to be purposeful about this. Not perfect, but purposeful. So ovals, squares, lines, rectangles, octagons, shapes. Something that you're going to do throughout all 4 pages. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to do ovals. And I can do the outline of an oval. I can do a full oval. And I'm working out to the edge. I can make one kind of crooked. And then let's make one like this. That's plenty. Don't overdo it. That's the famous last words for me. Okay. that is our sheet. And you can even come back in and maybe you want to scratch into some of this, scratch into some of the background, but don't get carried away. These are to be done in like 5 minutes or less. Once you've got your setup, you're good to go. See, I like that. See, that makes me want to do more. Okay, playtime, playtime. So that is what you do. Now then you go to your next color. So your next color is going to be wherever, depending on where you start. You don't have to do my colors. You could start anywhere. So my next color is I'm going to go to blue green, blue, and blue violet. Now, I'm not going to do every single page with you. I'm going to show you what I have done so far. And all my pages look like this. Here's another page that I've got papers everywhere, but I love this practice. So I did 4 sheets. These are 8.5 by 11, so they're not perfectly square. And I cut them into 4s. So this is my blue-green. Let me go back to my color wheel. So this one is my blue-green, blue, and blue-violet. Okay, you can see the blue-violet, blue-green, and the blue. And I made those marks, and when I cut them up, they look like fun, really great fun collage papers. Okay, then my next one was blue violet, violet, and red violet, which looks like this one. So see, here's my greens that I did, and I cut them up. Here's my red violet, blue violet, violet, and red violet. So like this shape was a little big, so it's kind of blah, but that's okay. Everything serves a purpose. And then my next, so last color was red violet. So I'll go red violet, red, and red orange. And that's what I have here. Same practice, same thing over and over and over, but with your different analogous colors. Now, this is so fun to do because you saw how fast that sheet went. You can do, I mean, it'll catch up to you. You'll look down and you're like, I got 20 sheets. But it's so fun. Now, the other lesson we're going to be talking about, I'm just kind of cleaning up my space here, is I want to choose one. So this is a 9 by 12 sheet of mixed media paper. I want to choose one of my squares from each pile. And we can just alternate them, like we can change them out. Okay, so there's, for example, one from each of my papers. Now, this is why I call this the mashup, because it's really interesting to see when you cut these up just how interesting they look together. And because we've gone around that color wheel, including a color from the previous one in our next one, there's a lot of harmony here. So what I like to do is I like to turn them and see what looks interesting. And I love how they run into each other. So maybe something like that. And you don't necessarily have to, see, I wonder if something like that. So it's like a puzzle. I just continue to turn them and move them to see what I like. So I really liked like that. Oh, that kind of looks good. That looks like it kind of goes together. And this can kind of, we could kind of make that work. Okay. And then this kind of, let's see. No, I like that there. Now see, if they were square, you'd have multiple sides. And that's why the square is a lot more fun. And you could cut these down too, if you wanted. And here's the thing, let's not overthink it. I like this for sure. So maybe this one isn't the right one. Maybe, I kind of like that because it kind of feels, so maybe it's this one that's not the right one. So that would be this one. I kind of like that. Okay, let me see my other options here. I really actually like that one. Okay, I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to overthink it. So I've got my 4 pieces here. I'm going to grab some matte gel, and I'm just going to grab a palette knife. So I know that these are going here. Just grab a palette knife. This exercise is to be quick. And I do these super fast without thinking. And it goes a lot faster, you know, when I'm not explaining and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to start here. Let's see, do I have enough room? I need to scooch it over. And I'm not too worried about my border or anything like that. All I want to do is get the papers together. And I'm overlapping them just a little bit. Kind of making sure they're even. That feels good. Okay, this one was here, right? Yeah. And I don't have my edges put down yet because I want to make sure that I've got things in the right spot. Okay, I'm going to pull this one up and over just a little bit. Okay, right. I want to make sure they're kind of straight. Okay, I'm going to overlap this one just a little bit here. Line everything kind of up. It's not going to be exact because this isn't about perfection. This is our practice. But I want you to see how amazing that separate pieces can come together, look good together. Because we've used our color wheel, for one, to get some colors that, I'm a little short on that one. That's okay. A good piece of collage paper down there. With this, there's so many things, like I could see adding collage paper to it. Okay, so I've got my gel down. That's pretty good. Now, I'm not even going to dry this because the point of this is fast, is speed, our speed mashup. So I'm just gonna, now we've got the white on there. Now let's put some black. And And there's my black gesso right there. And I'll have all the steps for you down below. And let's see, what size brush? I'm going to use a 1/2 inch brush. You can use whatever. You could use your palette knife if you wanted to. You could use a brayer. I probably wouldn't use a brayer. I mean, you could. And my purpose for this is to bring these together. So I can now come in and make some marks that's going to bring these together. And then, so like I really like that. I like how that looks. I don't like that this is like so much the same. What if I just added full black in there and then scraped into it? Why not? And let's scrape into this one. And let's see, let's just do one black bit up here. Okay, so I kind of like that. I like that kind of smushed out. So I'm going to just kind of pull some of that back. But see, we're working wet on wet. So we have all kinds of opportunity to just kind of move things around. So I'm going to bring this black down here more, like that. And then I can do that. And then, oh, got a little, my paper's a little wet. So, got to be careful about that. And then I'm going to come in with my white, black and white, to harmonize. That's not white. And I'm going to grab a bigger brush. I'm going to grab a fan brush. Get that wet. Come into my gesso. Nice and wet. Oh. And we're done. Now, you may absolutely love it just the way that it is. You can cut it up. You can create section. You could do just this section or just this section. These are fantastic practice to get us creating, to get us getting ideas, to just get our hands messy, to learn about color, to learn about composition, and to learn about how colors can bring, how our contrasting colors can bring it all together. And just the few unifying things that we do on each one of these makes it all work. And just the playtime of just kind of moving things around, I love this practice. All right, my loves. So make your papers. I'll have all the instructions and the steps down below. Share what you do. I think you're going to love this art challenge, our arty mashup.